Dear children, welcome to EduSat teleteaching program. Today, we shall learn a poem Bilesang by Sarojini Naidu. A beautiful picture. You must have guessed what is the picture about. It is about a bride who is going to marry, and she has ornamented with bridal robes along with many kinds of silver and saffron dresses and golden and silver ornaments, so many things. Her attire is very attractive, and it seems she is going to accept a new way of life, and she has to leave the house, her own house, and she is being ready to go to another house where she will pass the rest part of his life. This is the life of
an Indian
girl. It is a very conventional or traditional setup. Sarojini Naidu has presented and highlighted certain real things of life the Indian girls are facing and passing as a traditional conventional way of life. So, her mother is always ready to get pleasure by sending her to her in-laws house. So, this is the turning point of maybe the turning point of life of a girl, and mother always expects her daughter to live peacefully, happily, and praise God for her well-being and successful future life, married life. That is why the part 1, let us see how the part 1 and what things have been given in the part 1. Let us see. Now, first of all, let us read the stanza 3. In the part 1, we have already covered stanza 1 and 2. Now, this is stanza 3 of the poem. I have already discussed about the poet and the theme of the poem. I have already discussed about the theme of the poem, some important points regarding the poet. We have already covered 2 stanzas. Now, the third stanza is coming before you. You just read out. Honey child, the world is full of pleasure, of bridal songs and cradle songs and sandal scented leisure. Your bridal robes are in the loom, silver and saffron glowing. Your bridal cakes are on the hearth. Oh, whither are you going? The bridal songs and cradle songs have cadences of sorrow, the laughter of the sun today, the wind of death tomorrow. For sweeter sound the forest notes, where forest streams are falling. O mother, I cannot stay, the fairy folk are calling. Again, honey child, the world is full of pleasure, of bridal songs and cradle songs and sandal scented leisure. Your bridal robes are in the loom, silver and saffron glowing. Your bridal cakes are on the hearth. Oh, whither are you going? The bridal songs and cradle songs have cadences of sorrow, the laughter of the sun today, the wind of death tomorrow. Far sweeter sound the forest notes, where forest streams are falling. O mother mine, I can't stay, the fairy folk are calling. So, how sweetly the poet has composed the poem, and how the real picture of the Indian girl in the rural belt, in the rural area has been picturized in this stanza. You see, now let us know the meaning of the some of the important meanings of the words, important words meaning, and after that we will go to the gist of the paragraph. First, you know the meaning of some important words. Bridal songs, generally during marriage ceremony, people, the women, the children sing the song to welcome the bride as well as the bridegroom. All enjoy the songs, that is bridal songs. The symbol of joys and enjoyments. The cradle songs. So, when the girl after marriage attains motherhood, then lullabies are sung by the relatives, friends and relatives to welcome the new babies. So, that situation gives enough pleasure for the family as well as friends and relatives. That is really enjoyable. That is another stage of girl's life. When at that point of the stage the marriage starts, the bride comes wearing the gorgeous bridal robes along with ornaments, that is called the decoration, very decorative position of that area, as well as the girl is ornamented, the house is decorated. So, all the atmosphere looks beautiful, entire atmosphere looks beautiful. There is laughter, there is joys, like this. So, bridal robes is wedding dresses. So, wedding dress is always attractive and give pleasure. Then cadences, that is rhythm. The girl says that bridal songs and cradle songs have got sorrow and suffering at each rhythm of that song. She finds unreal things, sad things, because the happiness and pleasure is very temporary, very transient, short lived. After that, and each and every rhythm of that song, the girl feels that there is suffering, there is sadness. That is why I call the cadences, rhythm, pace, where the girl says in the line you can find that bridal songs and cradle songs have cadences of sorrow. Laughter of sun, it is metaphor, laughter of sun. Sun is a symbol of happiness, pleasure of a thing, and wind of death, that is loss or sorrow. That means, the happiness of married life, the happiness of social life may not last long, it is very short lived, transient. So, the transitory nature of the married life is not acceptable by the girl. So, she says that actually the real picture of married life is not always pleasurable or peaceful, it may be loss or sorrow, it may be full of loss or full of sorrow. So, why should she accept the life which is very temporal, which is very short lived? Why not? She will go to the forest and enjoy the music of nature and get peace and perennial joy there, permanent joy there. That is why she is very eager to go to the forest, leaving her mother, leaving her lover, leaving the marriage wedding atmosphere, leaving all the friends, relatives and festivities, everything. So, she is sacrificing everything to get pleasure and to earn, she is at the stage of earning to get music of nature. The song of nature is always very attractive for her. The material things does not, the material thing does not give her any sort of pleasure. This is all about now know about the meaning of the stanza 3. The mother again tries to dissuade, convince the daughter, come back, change your decision to go to the forest. She says that the world is full of pleasure. There are many sweet moments along with strain of lullabies and marriage songs, which makes the life meaningful and enchanting. Mother is trying her best to convince the doctor to accept the social life, married life, which is full of pleasure. There are some moments, sweet moments, where there is enchanting feelings, and that girl will be ornamented with different costly jewels, and the beautiful bridal dresses are already on loom, and she is going to wear. The marriage cakes are also being prepared for the occasion. So, that is a stage where the cakes are distributed as a pleasurable things. Then all sort of arrangements that are required for the marriage ceremony have already been prepared for the wedding, and all are waiting to see the sweet moment. And the tasty bridal cakes are also on the fire, that means on the hearth. The cakes are ready. So, the girls should enjoy all the things and should not go to the forest. Mother says, honey child, you change your decision, you enjoy, you involve yourself in the conventional life, the traditional life of the rural area, family life, so that you can get lot of enjoyable things. Now, come to stanza 4. The daughter emphasizes on the other hand, this mother view is highlighted on the third paragraph. Now, you see in the fourth paragraph what the daughter says. This is completely the view of daughter. The daughter emphasizes on the transitory nature of married life. That means, what she will enjoy according to her mother is very short lived. It is not permanent, and the stage of married life as well as motherhood is not permanent. The pleasure of the married life comes to end and or passes away very shortly, very soon. She claims that today's happiness may turn to tomorrow's sorrow. This is the truth of social life, this is the truth of family life, whereas the nature's songs are endless source of joys and pleasure. It is sweeter than married life. Hence, she must go to the lap of the nature for permanent pleasure or perennial pleasure. This is all about the summary or gist of stanza 3 and 4 that we are discussing in the second part of the poem or last part of the poem. Now, children, let us discuss some of the important MCQ, because this is the objective part of the questions and each question carries 1 mark. There are 4 answers and you have to choose the most accurate and correct answer. The accurate and correct answer have been highlighted in the red letter, red ink. The mother of the child says that the world is full of dash. So, here is pleasure, pain, happiness, sorrow. The correct choice is pleasure. The bridal robes are dash in color, red and saffron, yellow and saffron, silver and saffron. That is right and silver. What does the line daughter of the sun today mean? That is happiness, sorrow, pleasure, A and B, that is A happiness and sorrow, that is laughter of son today, happiness and pleasure. Then Sarojini Naidu gave up her literary career to join the freedom struggle led by. Why did she leave literary career? She was a very good poet and also a writer. Now she left that literary career and joined in the freedom movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, right answer. Now children, you see the last question, where are the forest notes heard? Answers, in the quail hunted island, where forest streams are falling, where champa birds are blowing, and none. So, the right answer is where forest streams are falling. Okay. Now, come to the next part. 2 is continuing, and the rest we will discuss the questions starting from 6 to 10. We have already discussed 5 questions. Now, another 5 questions will be discussed for you. The line, the wind of death, the wind of death, in contrast to sun. Sun is the symbol of happiness, pleasure, joy. Wind is the symbol of sorrow and suffering, that is birth and death, loss or sorrow, loss or gain, happiness. So, B is the right answer, loss or sorrow. The mother claims that the dash is full of pleasure. According to mother, which one? Home or bridal song or carol songs or the world? The world is full of pleasure. World means the social life, the married life, all the pleasurable things are available there, according to the mother. What are cradle songs meant for? Who enjoy the cradle songs? That means the child, the bride, the bridegroom, all the above. Generally, to please the child, cradle songs are sung, that is called lullabies. That means the answer is the child. The expression the wind of death has been used here as, so children, you see figure of speech, that is alliteration, metaphor, and there are number of figure of speeches used in the poetry. So, the poet has used important figure of speech here, that is metaphor and simile. Here what she has used, the expression the wind of death, this is metaphor. Simile, metaphor, alliteration and none, that is metaphor. When similar thing is compared to similar thing, that is different. When a thing is compared to another dissimilar things directly without using like and as, we call it metaphor. Now, that is called metaphor. In the line sandal scented leisure, you see 2 letters S, S A N D L, that is consonant, S is consonant, then said, scented S again began as consonant, and sandal and again scented, 2 S's, first S then second S is repeated, that is called alliteration. You can find other in other line also. Such type of figure of speech has been used. Here the poet has used alliteration, that is the repetition of consonant sound. In the line sandal scented leisure, the repetition of letter S indicates the use of metaphor, simile, alliteration, none, that is called alliteration. So, now come to the comprehension part. we will discuss two important questions. In one question from paragraph 3rd, another question from sorrow, that is according to the view of the girl. The first question expresses the views of the mother, the second question expresses the ideas or views of the opinion of the daughter. So, what kind of pleasurable things have been described for the honey child connecting to her marriage? Who has described? Mother has described. Mother is trying her best to change the mind of the girl, who is determined to go away to the forest for peace and pleasure, where she gets more attraction. The mother tries to bring her back, citing different attraction like bridal song, wedding songs, then ornaments, then sweet moments of the married life, the stage of motherhood, the marriage cake, the saffron and silver colored robes of the marriage. All sort of arrangements are the things that gives very pleasurable, that gives pleasure and peace to the people as well as to the bride and bridegroom. So, the daughter should not leave such type of chance, such type of pleasure, which is only available in the social life or married life. That is why mother describes all the things to attract the daughter to the social life and change her mindset. Again, in the second question, describe how the bridal songs and cradle songs have cadences of sorrow. However, in spite of mother's proposal, attraction, all the things, appeal, loving approach to the daughter is not ready to change her mind. So, she claims that married life or social life, though enjoyable, though welcoming, it is not permanent, it is temporary. There is pretension. So, why should she choose a life where there is botheration, there is falsehood, there is transitory nature of things? Why not she will go to the forest where everything is a fact, she can get the real enjoyment, she can get pleasure by hearing the song of the nature, and she says that the rhythm of the bridal song and cradle song carries worries and anxieties. There is sadness, there is no peace at all. So, at every rhythm one can find the pretension, that is sorrows and sufferings, because the social life, the married life cannot give guarantee that a daughter will get pleasure and peace throughout her life or rest part of the life. For that, she says the bridal songs and cradle songs are not at all enjoyable, that is cadences of sorrow, that is full of sorrows and sufferings. So, this is the claims of the daughter to convince her mother. That means, ultimately what happened? The daughter became successful and she was completely determined to leave the social life and keep herself aloof from that and go to the forest and enjoy the natural life, and peace and tranquility is there. She will pass the light in the lap of nature, not it at home. She will pass the rest part of the life in the lap of nature. This is the thing. So, let us again go to the some of the important notes of the poet, because from that part also you are getting some important MCQ. Again we will go to this part, that means about the poet, where the poet was born, when she passed away, what she contributed, what post she held, and what she did. All the things you are getting from the part of the poet, about the poet, then from the stanzas. So, this is all about today's topic. Thank you all.